Hello, this is Tyler Berry, Analytics Engineer here at Sifted. Today I am looking at the FedEx Demand Surcharge announcement for this year. At Sifted, we've been analyzing the impacts to customers, and I just wanted to share some of what is new this year and some of my observations on how this may impact your shipping. The first section are charges for additional handling, oversize, and unauthorized package charge. These charges are in addition to the regular non-demand charges, so if you get a regular additional handling charge, there will be a demand one as well. For all of these charges, the prices increase again on September 30th and remain higher until January 19th of 2025. New this year, there's a time period where the cost is even higher. You'll notice that in late November, the price goes up again until December 29th when it goes back. Last year, it was one cost throughout the entire demand period, so that is something different to keep in mind this year. For example, the cost for additional handling goes up to $7.75 per package, and then goes up again to $10 per package, and then drops down to $7.75 per package. That is definitely something to be mindful of, as last year it was one flat price throughout. Last year's additional handling cost was $6.55, so the price is up 18% at the lower tier and 52% for the higher tier during later November and December. Scrolling down a bit more, there are some other new charges. Last year, there was a demand surcharge on all ground economy shipments. It was $1.60 and increased to $2.60 during a 3-week period. This year, you'll see that same pattern holds true with some increased cost. You will also notice a new demand surcharge for all ground residential shipments, seen here on this line, and express shipments here on this line. There's not any kind of qualification for these charges. These begin October 28th and increase in price in November, like the other ones just mentioned. Since this charge was only applicable to ground economy last year, this is projecting to be impactful to anyone who uses these other shipping types. Moving down now, we'll look at the demand residential delivery charge. This one does have some qualification criteria. You do have to ship 20,000 packages in a week. If you don't ship that much, then none of this will apply. The most difficult part about understanding this charge is how calculation and application weeks work. You see here that there's a calculation week, and then exactly 3 weeks later, there's an application week. During the calculation week, FedEx will determine if you have shipped over 20,000 packages. If so, they will then calculate how far over the baseline you are to determine which one of these tiers, seen here, you fall into. The baseline is your average shipping for each service type during the month of June. You can see that in the details of the fine print. Let's say hypothetically that my average was 10,000 ground a week for the month of June. If during the calculation week I shipped 20,000 packages, then I would be at 200%. That would put me in this tier, the 150 to 200% tier. I would then be charged $2.40 for every ground residential package shipped 3 weeks later on October 28th. So it's the week of October 28th through November 3rd. You can do similar math to figure out express as well. If you think you would qualify for this charge, this is important to keep in mind. You can also try to stay below that 20,000 package mark to not qualify. To look at whether you might qualify for this charge and to see what you might pay for the charges discussed at the start of the video, check out the Sifted platform to see your numbers. We will have a custom workbook available to help you crunch the numbers and see your impact. Thank you for watching and happy shipping.